Have you ever wondered why some retail businesses thrive while others struggle to survive? It all comes down to development theories in retail management. Let's take a moment to unravel this. Development theories in retail management are paradigms or models that guide how a retail business grows and evolves. They help us understand the dynamics of the retail world and shape the strategies and operations of retail businesses. The retail sector is a kaleidoscope of constantly shifting patterns and colors. It's a world where change is the only constant, and survival means being able to adapt to these changes swiftly and effectively. This is where development theories come into play. They provide a framework for understanding the forces that drive change in the retail environment and how businesses can harness these forces to their advantage. The first theory we'll explore is the environmental theory, also known as the natural selection theory. This theory suggests that retail businesses, much like species in nature, evolve according to the demands of their environment. Those that adapt survive, while those that cannot perish. Next, we delve into the cyclical theory. This theory posits that the retail world operates in cycles, with periods of growth followed by periods of decline. Understanding these cycles can help businesses anticipate changes and adapt their strategies accordingly. Lastly, we look at conflict theories, which propose that evolution in retail occurs through a dialectic process. This means that change happens through a clash of opposing forces or ideas, resulting in a new, better synthesis. These theories are not standalone concepts, but intertwined threads in the fabric of retail management. They influence everything from how a retail business is structured, to its marketing strategies, to its inventory management, and even its customer service. Understanding these theories can be a game changer in the competitive world of retail. So let's dive deeper into each of these theories and discover how they can shape the future of your retail business. The journey is set to be enlightening and exciting. Buckle up. Let's start with the environmental theory, also known as natural selection. This theory is all about the survival of the fittest. Picture the retail world as a vast, ever-changing landscape. The environmental theory, or natural selection, suggests that in this landscape, only those who adapt and evolve with the changing environment will survive and flourish. Take, for example, a retail store that keeps pace with changing customer needs and market trends. This store doesn't just stick to its old ways. Instead, it evolves. It might incorporate new technologies, modernize its store layout, or adapt its product range to cater to emerging consumer preferences. By doing so, it's keeping itself relevant in the eyes of the consumer and staying ahead of the competition. On the other hand, imagine a store that refuses to change. It clings to outdated practices, ignores market trends, and overlooks changing customer needs. This store is like a species that fails to adapt to its environment. And as the theory of natural selection suggests, such a species is unlikely to survive. So, how does this apply to retail management? Well, it underscores the importance of staying adaptable and responsive in a dynamic retail environment. Retail managers must keep their finger on the pulse of the market and the customer, constantly looking out for changes and trends that could impact their store. They need to be ready to evolve their strategies, practices, and offerings to meet these changing needs and stay competitive. Remember, it's not the strongest or the most intelligent who will survive, but those who can best manage change. This is the essence of the environmental theory in retail management. It's about understanding the environment, recognizing change, and adapting to survive and thrive. So the next time you walk into a retail store, think about the environmental theory. Consider how the store has adapted and evolved to meet your needs and the needs of other customers. And if you're a retail manager, ask yourself, are you doing enough to adapt and evolve in your retail environment? Adapt or perish, that's the crux of the environmental theory in retail management. Next up is the cyclical theory. This theory revolves around the concept of cycles or patterns. Imagine the retail industry as a giant wheel constantly turning. This is the essence of the cyclical theory. It postulates that retail development occurs in cycles or repeating patterns. Each cycle represents a phase of growth, maturity, and decline. Let's consider the fashion industry as an example. Retailers in this sector experience cyclical trends that roll in and out like waves on a beach. One season, neon colors might be all the rage, driving up sales for retailers who stock these trendy items. But as the wheel turns, the neon trend fades and earth tones become the must-have palette. This constant flux in trends creates a cyclical pattern of demand. Retailers who understand this can forecast these trends, stocking up on neon colors when they are in vogue and switching to earth tones when the cycle shifts. By doing so, they can maximize their revenues during the high demand periods and minimize their losses when the demand dips. Similarly, retail businesses also experience sales cycles. There are periods of high sales volume like the holiday season, followed by quieter periods. Retail businesses that recognize these cycles can optimize their inventory and staffing levels. They can ramp up their stock during peak seasons to maximize sales and scale down during the slower periods to minimize costs. Even within a day, a retail shop might experience a sales cycle. Morning hours might be slow, but the shop may get busy during lunch hours and again in the evening. Recognizing these daily cycles can help a retailer schedule their staff more effectively, ensuring they have enough hands on deck during busy hours and saving on staffing costs during slow periods. So, the cyclical theory isn't just an abstract concept. It's a practical tool that can help retailers navigate the ever-changing landscape of their industry. By understanding and leveraging these cycles, retail businesses can maximize their profits and minimize their losses. It's like learning to ride the waves, turning the inevitable ebb and flow of the retail world to their advantage. By understanding and leveraging these cycles, retail businesses can maximize their profits and minimize their losses. Scene script. Last but not least, we have the conflict theories, which involve evolution through a dialectic process. Let's take a moment to dive into the crux of conflict theories. Essentially, these theories propose that social change, such as development in the retail sector, comes about through the conflict between opposing forces. It's a dance of push and pull, ebb and flow. Now, this doesn't necessarily mean physical conflict or discord. Instead, it often refers to competition, differing interests, or contrasting ideas. Take a retail environment, for example. Here, competition is the name of the game. There are numerous businesses vying for the same customer base, each with their unique products, services, and selling strategies. This competition creates a kind of conflict as each business is trying to outperform the others. But here's the interesting part. This conflict, this competition, is actually a driving force for innovation and growth. Each business is constantly pushed to improve, to come up with fresh ideas and better ways of doing things. Why? Because if they don't, they risk falling behind their competitors. This is the dialectic process in action. The thesis, or the current state of affairs, clashes with the antithesis, or the challenge presented by competition. The result is synthesis, a new state of affairs where businesses have evolved, adapted, and grown stronger. Let's bring this concept to life with an example. Imagine a clothing retailer. They've been doing well, but a new competitor enters the market with a novel concept: sustainable, ethically produced fashion. This conflict, this challenge, pushes the clothing retailer to rethink their approach. They start sourcing more sustainable materials, improving their production processes, and marketing their new, greener initiatives. Through the conflict, they've evolved and developed. So, while conflict might seem like a negative thing, in the world of retail, it's quite the opposite. It's a catalyst, a motivator, a spark that ignites change. In the world of retail, conflict isn't always negative. It can be a powerful catalyst for change and development. So, what's the big deal about these development theories in retail management, you might ask? Well, let's take a moment to reflect on what we've discovered so far. The environmental theory, which operates on the principle of natural selection, is instrumental in shaping retail strategies. It encourages businesses to adapt to their surroundings, to evolve and grow in response to the changing environment. This theory is not just about surviving, but rather about thriving in the retail jungle. Next, we delved into the cyclical theory. This theory emphasizes the cyclical nature of retail patterns and trends. It's like the changing seasons. Each one brings a different set of challenges and opportunities. Understanding these cycles allows you to predict trends, anticipate consumer behavior, and plan your strategies accordingly. Then, we explored the conflict theories, which highlight the role of conflict and competition in driving evolution. In the retail world, this could mean the competition between businesses, between different retail formats, or even between old and new strategies. Conflict, in this context, can be a catalyst for change and innovation. Each of these theories offers a unique lens through which to view and manage your retail business. They provide you with the tools to understand the retail landscape, to anticipate changes, and to make strategic decisions that can propel your business forward. Remember, these aren't just theories to be learned and forgotten. They're practical, applicable tools that can be leveraged in your day-to-day operations. They can help you understand your customers, your competitors, and your market. They can guide your decision-making, help you seize opportunities, and navigate challenges. In the dynamic world of retail, change is the only constant, and these development theories can equip you with the knowledge and foresight to not just keep up, but to stay ahead. So to sum it all up, these development theories in retail management aren't just interesting concepts, they're powerful tools for success. Remember, in retail management, knowledge is power, and understanding these development theories can give you the power to succeed.